So we have studied the applications of that one, and we have got the basic formula for maxima, minima, and different forms of the stationary waves. So let us try to go for the next part better. Today's session, we are trying to talk about formation of transverse stationary waves in a stretched string. So we are talking about formation of what waves beta? Transverse stationary waves in a stretched string. Okay, now see this one. Say for example, if a string is being stretched between two, like this. Okay, so when a wave pulse is being created in this one, say for example, this is one wave pulse which has been forming like this. This is what beta? Node. This one is also what? Node. This maximum displacement is known as what? Antinode. The length of this total string is nothing but equal to your L. You know the distance between node and node is how much beta? Lambda by 2. Okay. Is it clear?
Sir.
So we are talking about what beta? Transverse stationary waves in a stretched string, isn't it? So maximum amplitude of this one is given by the formula beta. R is equals to your 2 into A into sine of your K into your X. Okay. Where mu is nothing but what beta? Mass per unit length of this wire. Mass is equals to what? Volume into density. Mass is equals to volume into density divided by length. Volume is equals to your area into length into density divided by your L. This will gets cancelled. Area of the wire in terms of radius, this will become for me pi r square into your rho, isn't it? So or else I can write this one as of your A into rho, anything. A is area beta. Sometimes you also write it by your X. There is no problem in that one. Velocity in the transverse wave is given by the formula V is equals to under root of your T by your mu. Okay. So we are talking about the formation of a transverse stationary wave in a stretched string. In your stretched string. Has the diagram clear for everyone? Just go through the diagram once again, but everyone. What is the condition there, beta? A wave is being fixed between your two fixed points where nodes and nodes are being formed. Isn't it? The string is fixed at both the ends. The string is being fixed at the both the ends. So what we are doing? We are considering a string of length L, which is being fixed at both the ends. When a sinusoidal wave is being established in such a wave beta, due to multiple reflections, the superposition of the traveling waves is happening. Okay. For standing waves, the necessary condition is that at the end points, there should be your nodes. So the minimum distance between the two nodes is how much beta? Lambda by 2. Okay. So the length of the string will be equal to how much for me? Lambda by 2. So length of the string will be equal to how much? This is the length only. No? This length is equal to lambda by 2. Isn't it? So now. So the wave, the velocity with which the wave is being given is calculated with the formula V is equals to under root of your T by mu. So if I'm talking about in the fundamental mode, so first one in this one, in fundamental mode of vibration. In fundamental mode of your vibration, L will be equal to your lambda by 2, this one. So from this one, I will be getting lambda is equal to how much beta? 2 times of your L. So frequency in this one will be equal to how much beta? N1 is equals to N is equals to your V by your lambda. So V is equal to how much? Under root of your T by your mu. Lambda is equals to 2 into your L. That means this will become for me 1 by 2L under root of your T by mu. So in the fundamental mode of your frequency, N1 will be equal to your 1 by 2L into under root of T by your linear mass density. This is known as of your fundamental mode of your vibration. fundamental mode of your vibration. Is it clear for everyone?
Yes, sir.
Fundamental mode and this is also called as of your first mode. This is also called as of your first mode, in which how many loops have been present, beta? One loop is been present. Clear? So plucking point will always be giving me plucking point. అంటే మనం స్ట్రింగ్ ని ఎక్కడైతే పట్టుకొని విడిచిపెడతామో that will always gives me maximum amplitude. That means that will give me antinode. That will always gives me what? Antinode. అంటే ఈ స్ట్రింగ్ లో చూడండి అన్న ఇక్కడ what I am doing is I am plucking at the center. నేను సెంటర్ లో పట్టుకొని పైన లాగుతున్నాను. The point of a plucking will always give me what, beta? Antinode. The point of plucking will always give me what? Antinode. You remember that plucking point is equal to maximum displacement. That is nothing but equal to your antinode. That is known as of your antinode. Is that clear for everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So this frequency is also called as of your harmonic frequency. Harmonic frequency. As it is a first, so I can call this one as of your first harmonic frequency. That will be what, beta? First harmonic frequency particulation. Clear for everyone? Is it clear for everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
The point of plucking will always give me what? Antinode. Ade vidhanga, if I am talking about the two modes, beta. Second one. Okay. If I am talking about your two modes, that means if the string is right now, this is your fixed end, and this end is also fixed end. Same length of the string, and this is your string right now. Length of this one is equal to how much, beta? L. Now I'm plucking it this one into such a way that we'll be getting two loops. That means I'm plucking here. So point of plucking will give me antinode. So this will be forming like this. So here there is an antinode. Here there is an antinode. Here there is a node. There is a node, and there is a node. Okay. So in the next mode, that is in next mode, that means second mode. Number of loops are how much, beta? Two loops are forming. Two loops are been forming. So total length will be equal to how much, beta? Length of this string will be equal to here to here. It is how much for me? Lambda by 2 plus of your lambda. That will be equal to how much, beta? Lambda. Isn't it? You are plucking at what point, beta? At a distance of your L by 4. This is L by 2. This one is L by 4. Isn't it? So two loop means we are plucking at a distance of your L by 4 partition. So now length will be equal to how much, beta? Lambda. So second fundamental frequency will become how much for me right now, beta? N2 will be equal to how much for me? Right now I can write in terms of your N1. So here N2 will be equal to your V by your lambda. Okay. So in order to write in the fundamental mode, I'm dividing and multiplying with your 2. That means this will become for me 2V by your 2 into your lambda. Okay. So can I write this one as of your N2 is equals to your V value will become how much, beta? That is 2 by your 2 into your lambda. This will become for me under root of your T by your mu. Lambda is equal to how much for me? L only. So in the place of lambda, can I write the value of L? So N2 will become for me 2 by your 2 times of your L under root of your T by your mu. See this one carefully. This one 1 by 2L under root of T by mu. 1 by 2L under root of T by mu is what for me? Fundamental frequency, first fundamental frequency. That means I can write here N2 will be equal to how much, beta? 2 times of your N1. What is N2 here, beta? N2 is nothing but what? Second harmonic. N2 is nothing but what for me? Your second harmonic. Second harmonic. Is it clear? That means second harmonic is equals to 2 times the fundamental harmonic, or second wave will be equal to 2 times of your fundamental mode. Is it clear for everyone?
Yes, sir.
Sure. If I plug in the three modes beta, then you tell me. Now you can tell me very easily. This is your spring. And here, from here to here, there is a spring right now. And here I'm plugging again. So we are vibrating right now, this one in your three modes. Like this. Okay. So this is your total length L. So this will be your antinode. This will be your antinode. This will be your antinode. So this is the position of antinode. This is the position of your antinode. This is the position of your antinode. Okay. So total length will become how much beta? Can anyone
3
tell?
lambda by 2.
Yeah, L is equals to how much from your lambda by 2 plus lambda by 2 plus of your lambda by 2. So this will become for me 3 lambda by 2. That means lambda will become how much for me beta? 2L divided by 3. Isn't it? So lambda will be equal to your 2L divided by 3. So fundamental frequency, if I'm writing, N3 is equals to your N3 is equals to your V by your lambda. That is equals to V by lambda 3 is your 2L divided by 3. That means this is 3V. Okay. So N3 will be equal to your 3 by 2L. V is equals to under root of your T by your mu. Isn't it? So now this value can be written as of your what beta? N1. So N3 will be equal to your 3 times of your N. So N3 is known as what beta? Third harmonic. N3 is known as a what beta? For me, third harmonic. Third harmonic. Okay. So therefore I can write here frequency N1 is to N2 is to N3 so on will be in the ratio of what beta? 1 is to 2 is to 3 is to 4 is to go on like that. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Is it clear for everyone?
Yes, sir.
So now can I write for fifth mode or for your nth mode? Keeping a star mark here right now. PITH beta. Fifth mode. Fifth mode means we are having how many loops beta? P loops. Isn't it? So plugged at what point beta? Plugged at your L by 2P. It is plugged at your L by your 2P. So wavelength will become how much for me? Wavelength will be equal to your wavelength will be equal to your L is equals to your lambda is equals to your, how much I can write beta? 2L divided by your P. Antena? Wavelength will be equal to how much beta? Plugged at a point of your L by 2P. So wavelength will be equal to how much beta? 2L by your P. Antena? So frequency of your nth loop will be equal to how much? Frequency of your fifth loop will be equal to your V by your lambda. That is equals to V by lambda will be equal to your 2L divided by your P. That means that can be written as of your P by 2L under root of your V is equals to T by mu. That means I can write your frequency of your N fifth will be equal to your P times of your fundamental frequency. Okay now? Isn't it? So if it is second loop, 2 times, third loop, 3 times, 4 times, 4 times. Go on, you can write the root for that. Clear for everyone? One very important word, overtone. What do you mean by overtone? This is a term which is used to specify the fundamental frequency which is higher than the fundamental frequency. Overtone is nothing but of your higher of your frequency. Higher of your fundamental frequency. So frequency greater than the fundamental frequency are called as of what? Overtones. Frequency greater than the fundamental frequency are called as of what? Overtones. That means N1 is nothing but what beta? N1 is nothing but what? First harmonic or we can say this one is zero overtone. Because higher of fundamental is known as overtone. This is fundamental only. So first frequency is called as what? Zero overtone. Then N2 is known as what? Second harmonic. Second harmonic, or it is also called as what, beta? Higher of the fundamental frequency. That will be called as first overtone. First overtone. Very good. Then if I'm talking about N3, N3 will be equal to your third harmonic.
Second overtone.
That will be your, or we can call this one as of your second overtone. So how do you define an overtone, beta? Overtone is nothing but of your higher of fundamental, the frequency which is higher than the fundamental frequencies are called as of your overtones, or called as of what? Overtones. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
So can I orally write like this? First harmonic, second harmonic, third harmonic, fourth harmonic, so on. First harmonic means what overtone, beta? This one is zero overtone. This one will be first overtone. This will be your second overtone. And this will be your third over. అర్థమవుతుంది కదా? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
See some. The first one I am taking all harmonics. First one I'm taking harmonics. Next one is I'm taking here number of modes. And here I'm taking right now for me anti-nodes, or we can take it as of your number of loops. And the next one is if I'm talking about your nodes, and third one is, last one is nothing but of your frequency, and the last one is about your wavelength. Okay, now go and tell me the answer. If I'm talking about your first harmonic, mode will be equal to how much, beta? This one is known as of your fundamental mode. Fundamental mode. So anti-loops or loops will be equal to how much, beta? One loop.
One.
Nodes will be equal to 2. Frequency will be equal to your N1. Wavelength will be equal to how much, beta, right now for me? 2L divided by your 1. Antena? Lambda by 2 kada. So lambda is equal to 2 times of your L. Antena? Second one. Ardhamainda? See, lambda by 2 is equals to L. So lambda is equals to 2L. So 2L divided by 1 ration. Okay, na?
Yes, sir.
Second harmonic means what? First overtone. Isn't it? Or second harmonic. First overtone or second harmonic. Number of antinodes will be equal to how much for me? 2. Number of nodes will be equal to how much? 3. Frequency will be equal to 2N1. Number of loops will be equal to how much? Wavelength will be equal to 2L divided by 2. Okay. Same way. Third one, if I'm talking about. Third one is also called as what? Second overtone. Antinodes will be equal to how much beta? Can anyone tell me how many antinodes will be formed there? 3. Nodes will be 4. This one is 3 times of your fundamental frequency. This will become for me 2L divided by 3. Okay. Like that, I can take 4th, I can take 5th, I can take 6th, go on like that one. Finally, if I am talking about your kth harmonic or 5th harmonic, kth harmonic or your 5th harmonic, so mode will be equal to how much beta?
K
K
minus 1.
1th overtone. K minus 1th overtone. Antinodes will be equal to how much beta? Is equals to your K. Nodes will be equal to how much beta? K plus of
K
your,
plus 1.
and frequency will be equal to how much beta? K times of your F1. Wavelength will be equal to how much beta? 2L divided by your
K.
K. 2L divided by P. Clear?
Yes, sir.
So I hope you're clear about your overtones. So what do you mean by overtone? Higher of your fundamental frequency, higher of your fundamental frequency are called as of your overtones. Higher of your fundamental frequencies are called as of your overtones. Higher of your fundamental frequencies are called as of your this one. So N1 is first harmonic one, or second zero overtone, first overtone, second overtone. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Next slide reading beta. Laws of transverse vibrations. Laws of your transverse vibrations. If I'm talking about fundamental frequency beta, fundamental frequency. Fundamental frequency means N. N is equals to 1 by 2L under root of your T by your mu. N is equals to 1 by 2L under root of your T by mu. Isn't it? So loss of your transverse vibrations, I can say that N is equals to 1 by 2L. Now see from this one, I can write here 3 laws for this one, you see. The first one is like this. Second one is here. Third one is here. First one is known as of your first law right now here. First law. That means at a given tension and linear mass density, N is inversely proportional to your N. N is inversely proportional to the length, provided T and mu are constant. Okay, that means N1, L1 will be equal to your N2 into your L. N1, L1 is equal to your N2 into your L. Okay, so this is your first law. Okay, the next one. So second law you see right now here. N is directly proportional to your root of your T. When the length and mu is equals to your constant. Length of the wire and linear mass density is remaining constant. That means I can write here N2 divided by your N1 is equals to your root of your T2 divided by root of your T1. So if I'm drawing a graph for this one like this, frequency versus root of your T, there will be a straight line passing from origin. If I'm drawing the graph for this one, frequency versus your length, frequency versus your length. So the graph will be what beta? Rectangular hyperbola like this. Isn't it? This is your first law and this is your second law. If I'm talking about your third law, what is the third law beta? Fundamental frequency is inversely proportional to under root of your mu, provided T and L are constant. If the length of the wire and tension in the wire is kept constant, then frequency is inversely proportional to linear mass density. That means I can write N2 by your N1 is equals to under root of your mu2 divided by mu1. So if I draw a graph, again, it will be a straight line like this. Clear for everyone? Clear?
Yes, sir.
So laws of the transverse vibrations are how many beta? 3 laws are there. N is inversely proportional to the length provided T and mu is constant. N is directly proportional to root T provided L and mu are constant. N is inversely proportional to linear mass density provided length and root of your T are remaining for me constant. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
See one example. If tension is increased by 21%, tension is increased by 21%, then percentage increase in your N is equals to how much? Can anyone tell me the answer? If tension is increased by your 21%, percentage increase in the fundamental frequency is how much? What is the relation between the
21 square.
yeah, what is the relation between the frequency and tension beta? N is directly proportional to your root of your T, isn't it? So if I'm writing in terms of percentage, you know that N2 minus N1 divided by your N1 into your 100 is equals to under root of your, this one is T2 minus of root of your T1 divided by this one is root of your T1 into your 100. Generally we'll write the percentage like this only, na? So tension is increased by 21%. Like if T1 is equals to 100%, T2 will become for me how much better? 121%, na? Isn't it? Antena? That means this is equals to under root of your T2 by T1 and raskocha. T2 value is how much for me? 121 divided by your 100 minus 1 into 100. Can I write like this? Root 1 what 1 to 1 means that will be equal to how much better? 11. 11 by 10 minus 1 into your 100. Isn't it? So how much it is coming out for me? You see? Eleven by 10 minus 1 into 100 enta. %.
10.
Ante kada 110 minus 100 by 10. So it will be equal to your 10%. Got an idea how to do the percentage problems in this one?
Yes, sir.
Isn't it? In this percentage is greater than 10% beta. If the answer is lesser than 10%, then we can apply the concept of your errors. Second example I'm giving this. Example number 2. If T is increased by 0.2%, then percentage increase in your T will be equal to how much? That means delta T by T will be equal to how much for me? Then percentage increase in N is equals to how much? Okay, na? See, we know that N is directly proportional to your T to the power of 1 by 2. If I'm using the error concept, delta N by your N will be equal to your, this will become for me how much? 1 by 2 into delta T by your T. Percentage lo ganaka raskunte delta N by your N into your 100 is equals to your half into, this will become for me delta T by T into your 100. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you can use this formula to do such type of a problems if the percentages are very lesser than of your 10%, like 2% or 3%. Clear for everyone?
Yes, sir.
Can anyone tell me the graph for the N versus T beta? Frequency versus tension. This will be like this. And if I'm drawing the graph between tension versus your frequency, the graph will be like this. Hyperbola to the power of 1 by 2 kada. Parabola, sorry. Antena? See, t to the power of 1 by 2 is proportional to your n. Na? Okay, now
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
what is the formula we got right now for beta? Loss of your transverse vibration, fundamental frequency is equals to n is equals to 1 by 2l under root of your t by your mu particle relation. So this is a basic formula. And what are the loss we are getting beta? N is directly proportional to your t, and then root t, n is inversely proportional to root mu, and n is inversely proportional to the length of the. Clear? Sure. Next one beta. String is being fixed at one end. Then at that time what happened? String is fixed at one end. Okay. So the vibration will go like this. This point will represents me what beta? Anti-node. And this will represents me your node. At open end, we always get what beta? Anti-node. And at closed end, we always get your node. And this is the length of the string. Can anyone tell me what is the distance from the node and anti-node? Lambda
Lambda
by
by 4.
distance will be equal to 4. So this is your fundamental mode beta. So I can write here in fundamental mode of vibration. In fundamental mode of your vibration, lambda by 4 is equals to your L. That means lambda is equals to how much? 4L. Lambda will be equal to your 4L. So frequency will become how much beta? N1 is equals to your V by your lambda. That means that will become for me V by your 4L. So this can be written as of your 1 by 4L. Velocity will be equal to your root of your t by mu in a transverse wave. So fundamental frequency formula is N1 is equals to your 1 by 4L under root of your t by your mu. Is it clear? So this is the form. Clear? So N1 is known as what beta? Fundamental frequency or frequency of your first harmonic. This one is known as of your frequency of first harmonic or 0 over tone or 0 over tone. Okay. Next. The string is like this. This is like this. This will be your anti-node. This will be your node. This will be your anti-node. This will be your node. Total length will be equal to how much beta? From here to here, this will be the length. This length will be equal to how much? From here to here, lambda by 2 plus lambda by 4. Lambda by 2 plus of your lambda by 4. Okay. So how much I'm getting that?
3 lambda by 4.
3 lambda by 4. That means lambda is equal to how much beta? 4L divided by 3. Wavelength is equals to 4L divided by 3. So frequency will be N2 is equals to V by your lambda. That means this is your 3 by your 4 times of your L under root of your T by your mu. That means N2 will become for me 3 times of your fundamental frequency. That is nothing but N1. Okay now? So
Yes, sir.
N2 is known as what beta? N2 is nothing but frequency of your third harmonic or first overtone. Antena? N2 is nothing but what for me, beta? Frequency of your third harmonic. Frequency of your third harmonic, or this will be your first overtone. This will be your first over. Okay? The same way. You tell me the answer
Sir.
for this. Yes, beta.
Sir, pi.
This is your fundamental mode, beta. Because you already got a fundamental mode here, how much? N1 is equals to your 1 by 4L. This one, 1 by 4L under root of T by. If it is fixed only at 1N. Okay, na? Next one. This is your fixed end, and this is your string length. Okay. This is 1, this is 2, this is 3. So tell me what will be the length, beta?
5 lambda by 4.
Yeah, from here to here, if I'm taking this length L will be equal to how much, beta? This one is your lambda by 2. From here to here, plus of your lambda by 2,
Lambda by
plus
2.
of your lambda.
By 4.
This will be your 5 lambda
5
by 2.
lambda by 4.
That means lambda is equals to your 4L by your 5. Lambda is equals to your 4L divided by your 5. So frequency will be equal to how much, beta? Can you tell me right now? N3 will be equal to your V by your lambda, that is equals to lambda value is nothing but 4L. That means 5 by your 4L. This is under root of your T by your mu. That means N3 will be equal to your 5 times of your N1. Isn't it? So this N3 is known as what, beta? Frequency of your. This will be your frequency of your fifth harmonic. Frequency of your fifth harmonic, or it is also your second overtone. Antena? Fifth harmonic or your second overtone. So what is the ratio of the frequency you are getting in this one, beta? We're getting the frequency in the ratio of F1 is to F2 is to F3. Yeah, that is in the ratio of 1:3:5:, so on. I can write like this. That means if I'm writing for the frequency of kth overtone, frequency of your kth overtone, I can write Fk will be equal to your 2k plus of your 1 into your V by your 4 into your L. Antena? Or else I can write this one as of your 2k plus 1 divided by your 4 into your L under root of your T by your mu. This is the frequency of your kth overtone. Okay, now? Clear? So I can write here frequency of kth overtone will be equal to how much for me? 2k plus 1 times of your fundamental frequency and Roscoe problem, isn't it? Where k value will be equal to how much, beta? 1, 2, 3, go on like this. Example, Jordan. If I'm taking an
Even
example,
0, no, sir.
k1 will become 0, na?
K value 0 also.
K value 0 అయితే 0 kth overtone కి మాట్లాడుతున్నాం కదా మనము. This is 1. ఫస్ట్ ఓవర్టోన్ అంటే ఎంత అవుతుంది? 2 + 1 అంటే థర్డ్ ఫ్రీక్వెన్సీ అవుతుంది కదా. చూడు ఇక్కడ థర్డ్ ఫ్రీక్వెన్సీ ఇస్ వాట్? third harmonic is first overtone. Antena?
Yes,
Like say
sir.
if I'm talking about your frequency of your fifth overtone ananko. If I'm talking about frequency of fifth overtone, and that will become for me how much better? Frequency of your fifth overtone will be equal to how much for?
11.
Yeah, 2 into 5 plus 1 divided by your 4L into under root of your T by mu. And that will be equal to 2 5 is 10 plus 1. So this will be equal to 11 by 4L under root of your T by mu. So that will become for me 11 times of the fundamental frequency N1. Ankada.
Yes, sir.
Fifth overtone is equals to 11th fundamental frequency. Okay, now?
Yes, sir.
Clear, beta? Take one numerical beta. Say for example, we have got a uniform horizontal rod. You have got a uniform horizontal rod of length 40 centimeter and mass 1.2 kg. 1.2 kg supported by two identical wires. Two identical wires as shown in figure. Got it? Where should a mass of 4.8 kg be placed on the rod so that the same tuning fork may excite the wire on left into its fundamental vibrations. Fundamental vibrations and that on right into its first overtone. Okay, take G value is equals to 10 meter per second square. See, no, read the question once again, beta. It's exactly in a statement. Beta. Uniform horizontal rod of length, how much for me? 40 centimeter and mass 1.2 kg, supported by the two identical wires as shown. So this is one identical wire, this is identical wire. Where should be a mass of 4.8 kg be placed on the rod so that the same tuning fork may excite the wire onto the left into its fundamental vibration, so that on the right into the first over. So try to understand the question first. Actually, the weight of the rod is already given. How much for me, beta? 1.2 kg. That means that is weight in the downward direction. So దీని weight act అవుతుంది దీంట్లో కింద. So this will be equal to 1.2 times of your G. So tension will be developed in the string. Here this will be your T1 and here this one will be equal to your T. So this is your point A అనుకుందాం. This one is your point of your B. Okay. Now read the question. A uniform horizontal rod of length 40 centimeter and mass 1.2 kg. The centimeters lo undi, adi kgs lo undi. So we need to convert the length even into the meters. Supposed supported by your two identical wires as shown in the figure. Where should a mass of 4.8 kg be placed on the rod so that the same tuning fork may excite the wire onto the left into a fundamental vibration and that onto the right into the first overtone. Ante enti? Like say from A, I'm keeping some mass here, right? I don't know. So somewhere here I'm keeping certain mass. I'm attaching some mass on. Okay. అంటే ఏ నుంచి ఎంత దూరంలో అవుతుంది అనేది this is at a distance of your x. Obviously from the other end it will become for me L minus of your x. The length of this one I'm taking it as of 40 centimeters. Okay. Since the rod is in equilibrium beta, so total torque acting on the system must be equal to 0 and total weight acting on the body should also be equal to the balancing the vertical forces, isn't it? You see here, as rod is in equilibrium. The rod is in equilibrium. So T1 plus T2. T1 plus T2 must balance your total weight in downward direction. That is 4.8 G plus of your 1.2 G. So that will be equal to how much beta? 6 G. G value is 10. So that will be equal to 60. So this is my equation number 1. T1 plus T2 is equals to your 60. Taking torque about your A. Taking torque about A. What do you mean by that one bit? What do you mean by torque? For rotational equilibrium, the net torque about your A must be equal to how much? Clockwise torque must be equal to anti-clockwise torque. That means this total weight which has been acting in a downward direction. How much it is? 4.8 times of your G. It is 4.8 into G. This one is your force into perpendicular distance x plus of your 1.2 into G into distance is nothing but 20 centimeter, half the distance covered. Must be equal to your right now. That will be equal to your T2 into your 40 centimeters. I'm taking the point A as a reference bit. Point A a reference. Torque due to T1 will become for me 0 because it is passing through that axis only, isn't it? So if the force is passing through the axis, the tension because of that torque, the torque due to that tension will become how much for me? 0. So it is 4.8 into G into x plus 1.2 into G into 20 will be equal to T2 into your 40 plus this one is nothing but T1. There is no perpendicular distance for that one, so that will become for me 0 because we are taking the A as a fit. So you are taking the torque about your point A. So A is your reference beta here. We are applying the torque about your point A. Is it clear for everyone? ఇది ఎంత అవుతుంది అన్న 4.8 into your 10 4.8 plus 2 ఎంత అవుతుంది చెప్పండి ఇది ఎంతనన్న G value is 10. This is 48 by 10. 10 gets cancelled. That means this will become for me 48 into your x plus this will be 1.2. It is 20 centimeters. That means you need to write your how much beta? The G you have taken in terms of 10. 1.2 G into length is 30 centimeters.
240.
Enter
240.
240. That must be equal to your 40 times of your T2. The torque equation రాయడం అర్థమైంది కదా అందరికి torque is equals to force into perpendicular distance. I'm taking A as a reference. Any force which is passing through the reference, the torque will be equal to 0, like closing and opening of a door of your home. So if you apply the force at the hinge, handle కాకుండా ఎక్కడైతే రొటేట్ అవుతుందో ఆ పాయింట్ కూడా నువ్వు ఫోర్స్ అప్లై చేసే డోర్ ని క్లోజ్ అండ్ ఓపెన్ చేయగలుగుతామా? లేదు కదా, బికాస్ వి నీడ్ టు అప్లై ద ఫోర్స్ ఫ్రమ్ ద పాయింట్ ఆఫ్ యువర్ రొటేషన్ ఎట్ ఏ పర్పెండిక్యులర్ డిస్టెన్స్. అంటే సపోర్ట్ అంటే పాయింట్ ఆఫ్ యువర్ హోల్డింగ్ కాడ ఫోర్స్ అప్లై చేసి యూ కెన్ ఓపెన్ అండ్ క్లోజ్ ద డోర్, అవునా కదా? సో దిస్ ఇస్ యువర్ ఈక్వేషన్ నెంబర్. సో ఫ్రీక్వెన్సీ ఎంత అవుతుంది చెప్పండి ఇప్పుడు. ఇప్పుడు చూడండి క్వశ్చన్ ఇక్కడ. Folk may be excited. The wire on the left into fundamental vibrating. Fundamental vibration అంటే ఎన్ని లూప్స్ ఉంటాయి నాన్న? ఫండమెంటల్ అంటే ఎన్ని వైబ్రేషన్స్ ఉంటాయి? 1 లూప్,
1.
అవునా కదా? దాని తర్వాత ఇంకోటి వైబ్రేషన్ అండ్ రైట్ ఇంటూ ద ఫస్ట్ ఓవర్టోన్. ఫస్ట్ ఓవర్టోన్ అంటే ఎన్ని?
2.
ఫస్ట్ టోన్ అంటే 2 లూప్స్. ఇట్లా this one is your first overtone and this one is your fundamental right side. అర్థమైందా లూప్స్ డ్రా చేయడం?
Yes, sir.
ఇప్పుడు చూడండి. So frequency of this one is how much per meter? Fundamental n is equals to 1 by 2l into under root of your t1 divided by your mu must be equal to first harmonic kannada first overtone ante second harmonic, that is 2 times of 2l under root of your t2 divided by your mu. Anything is getting cancelled in this one, you see beta. This mu gets cancelled, this l get cancelled, this 2 will get cancelled. So this will become for me how much beta? Root of your t1 is equals to 2 times of root of your t2. Ante t1 will become how much beta? 4 times of your t2. So t1 is equals to how much for me? 4 times of your t2. Antena? Clear? So this is your equation number 3. Now see, solving 293. 1 కూడా ఉంది కదా. 2 ఏముంది మన దగ్గర? 48x ఉంది కదా. 1 ఎంత ఉంది? టెన్షన్ లో ఉంది కదా మొత్తం. సో t1 plus t2 is 60. Okay. Solving 193. Okay. T1 plus T2 is equals to 60 ఉంది. So T1 I can write as of your how much beta? 4 times of T2 plus this one is T2 is equals to 60. The 5 times of T2 is equals to your 60. The T2 will become how much beta for me?
12.
T2 will be equal to your 12 newtons. Antena? So if T2 is equal to 12 newtons, T1 will be equal to how much for me? 4 times of T2. So that is 4 into 12.
48.
So this will be equal to 48 Newton. So tension T1 I got, and I also got the value of T2. So I can get the value of x where I need to keep the mass from equation 2. See from equation number 2, 48 into x. So it is your 48 into your x plus of your 240 is equals to how much for me beta? 40 into T2. So this one is 40 into T2. T2 is how much for me? We got 12. Antena? So 40 into 12 is how much beta?
480.
480.
480.
So 48 into x plus of your 240. So 48 into your x will become how much for me beta? 240. Antena? 480 minus 240. So x will be equal to your 240 divided by 48. And then
5 times.
5 centimeters. And the x will be equal to your 5 centimeters. So you should keep this one at your how much? Another mass you should keep at your 5 centimeter, so that the left one will be having the overtone and the right one will be left one is in the fundamental mode and the right one is in the first overtone. Is it clear? Very, very important question. Very, very, very important model. ఇలాంటివి ఇంకా 2-3 మోడల్స్ ఇస్తాను మీకు. ప్రస్తుతానికి అయితే ఈ మోడల్ 1-2 సార్లు యూ ప్లీజ్ ట్రై టు గో త్రూ ఇట్ అండ్ ట్రై టు సీ ద మెథడ్ హౌ యూ హావ్ బీన్ డూయింగ్. దిస్ ఈజ్ యువర్ సీలింగ్. Okay, this means this already asked us 2-3 times in the competitive examination beta. That is the reason I included this question here. So please make sure that you try to do this question once. Okay, na?
Yes, sir.
Sure. Tomorrow morning, as usually, beta. So morning today I couldn't able to get up due to this start timings and the stay timings Ramzan. I was a little bit tired. Tomorrow, most probably, as usually, I'll try to make the class from 7 to 8. Okay, na?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Take care, beta. Then bye.
Bye, sir.